Hey everyone, welcome. I am so excited you are here tonight, you guys. My name is Jennifer Piper and I'm here with my co-hostess with the mostest, Andrea Gebhardt. You guys, we are just so excited to share a little bit tonight about why we love what we do. And, someone has invited you here to take a look at this. You're going to hear a lot of really great things. You're going to hear about some really great products that you're going to be like, I want that, I want that, I want that. And then we want to share a little bit more about, the business opportunity and why we do this. And, we have both been partnered with this brand for the last almost year and a half, and it has truly been the best 18 months of my life. So I'm going to dive in and share a little bit more about why we love this. So let's talk a little bit about age. As you're jumping in, I want you to say, hey, maybe drop in the chat who invited you here. But let's think about age and how truly we can reinvent our age. And you guys, when you think about age, there's all those like candles that you put on your birthday cake. And if any of you are in that midlife stage, there's more and more candles. And sometimes you're like, can I just get the big number instead of like 5? Let's just put the big number 5. And so there's the candles on your cake, and then there's something called your biological age, right? And we're going to talk a lot tonight about how you can't change those candles, sadly, but what you can change is your biological age, right? Your age of your systems and your longevity pathways and how all of this works. And so you're going to hear a stat tonight. We're going to talk about it a few times about being 11 years younger. And so I want to just start with that because we're going to share, some really great products, and they're clinically proven. The group of people that they tested these products on their biological age was 11 years younger than the candle age. Okay, you guys, chronological, AKA candle. So I want to talk a little bit about this tonight because it is time that, aging, you don't have to let it take your power. You can reclaim your energy, your skin, and your focus. So again, your birthday, those candles is how long you've lived, but your biology truly tells you how well you're living. I'm going to say that again, how well you're living, and that can be influenced. So I don't know about you all, but longevity has kind of become a buzzword. Would you agree? Every time I pull up Instagram, I'm listening to a podcast. Like, it is everywhere. There are so many podcasters out there who that's their whole goal, is to teach us how to live healthier and live longer. And it is mainstream. If you think about 10 years ago, it was kind of like those people that were, maybe thought of weird, the more crunchy granola people were now, like, everyone is thinking about, like, how can I live healthier? How can I live longer? How can I live in this world that we live in and just be, healthier, more, you feel good inside in this world that we live in. So longevity truly is mainstream now. Our mission here is to empower people. I love the word empower because truly it's about us taking control, right? Empower people to look, feel, and live younger. Okay. So a lot of times we think about what's on the outside and how we look, but we want you to feel and live younger today and tomorrow, and truly to live age free. So we're going to dive in, you guys. So a couple quick facts about the brand that I adore, truly adore, has changed my life. So we are the most clinically proven clean wellness company in the world. I'm big on that clinically proven part. You guys, there's a lot of things out there that you can get your hands on, and I love to lean on the science. I love to lean on the clinicals because to me, that gives me comfort in that I know that I'm making the best choice possible without having, a science degree and a doctor's background. I know that I can trust those clinical studies. We are the fastest growing company of its size and tenure in the entire market. We've had double-digit growth in the United States, triple-digit growth in Canada and Australia. We actually just launched in New Zealand. So if you're from the down under area, really excited that you were here tonight. 70 years in business. We just celebrated our 70th anniversary 2 weeks ago. 50 in Canada. Australia just hit 2 years. So I want you to soak that in, because imagine being part of a company that's at the 2-year mark, and you get to be part of pioneering that, right? And then picture being part of a company that's 7 years old, and you get to work with people who, there's people in this company that are in their 90s, in their hundreds, and they're still building a business, and they're so healthy. So we have had over 250,000 new partners who have joined the movement in the past year. And you all, Shaklee, besides being the most clinically proven wellness company in the world, we were the first multivitamin in the US. I believe it was like 100 years ago. What was it with you? 100 years. Yes. When I say that, it seems like that shouldn't even be real, but it's a real, like 115 years ago. We have over 120 clinical studies. We were also the first plant-based protein, fun fact. And that was, back in the 60s when people weren't even really thinking about plant-based. So I just love that the company is so forward thinking and always on the edge, right? Always on the edge of what's coming. There are over 80 patents and patents pending. We've done over 500 million in research and development, powered over 150 plus Olympic medals, and actually trusted by NASA. And this stat is very important. There is a 100% empty bottle guarantee, meaning whatever reason, if you don't find that you love your product, you can return it. But with that in place, we have less than 0.003% in returns. So let's think about that, you guys. You have the best return policy in the world, yet products aren't being returned. And that says so much. Another fun fact is that 25% of our orders are people who've been ordering for 30 years. Like 30 years. I can't even think of a product. I can't think of anything that I've been using for 30 years. So again, we talked about that we're the global leader where we do business. And I want you to think about industry innovation with the science-backed products. So, again, a lot of times you can have the great science and you might not get the real life results. Sometimes you can have results and you don't have the science. I love that we have both. And I love that we are an industry innovator. We are always coming out with new products. We're going to talk about one of the big launches tonight. We are also very, very clean. So our entire skincare line is EWG certified. We've been formulated the line without using over 2,500 chemicals and questionable ingredients. And because we're in countries like Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, they actually have very stringent requirements to get their products into these countries. And so that always says a lot to me as well. $9 billion have been paid out in commissions to people just like us, and $15 billion in sales. We're featured in all sorts of, really great public magazines. We were just featured again in Us magazine. Our BioCell Life Plus has been in there. Our Sparkling Protein has been there. I mean, our CEO that you're going to hear from tonight is in Forbes a lot. We've been on the Oprah show. We've been on the Today show. You can pick us up. You can really pick us up anywhere. And I think that that's something that's very exciting. It's not this secret, right? That's out there. And the fact that it's been around for 70 years. I run into people all the time. I just ran into a lady at the airport when I flew home from Nashville, and she said, she saw my bag and said, you Shaklee's around? And I said, yeah. And my mom used to use it. She's probably about 10 years older than myself. My mom used to use it. She grabbed my phone number right then and there in the airport to be able to continue on using the product. So let's jump back to this 11 years younger that I talked about at the beginning. We have what's called the Landmark Longevity Study. So it's one of the longest studies that has been done. And, we just launched this stack. And when I say a stack, I want you to think of a product offering, but it's called the BioAge Reset Stack. And so they had people in this group, and they were as young as in their 30s up until the late 80s. And these were people that have been using the Shaklee products, some for, 70 years, some for a year. And they basically took this cross-section of people and did all sorts of cool tests and blood work and that sort of thing. And this group of people were clinically proven to have a biological age, again, that biological, not the candle age, but the biological age that is 11 years younger than their chronological age. Who out here would love that? Give me some love in the chat. Yes, I would take 11 years. I would take 20 years. I would take whatever. But all of these people in this cross-section group, they were stronger. They were moving more. Again, we have people that are in their 80s and their 90s who still have amazing mobility. They all had healthier cells. And that is truly the root of everything. And we're going to talk a deep dive into that in a bit. stronger hearts, healthier metabolism. They were mentally sharp. Who would love that? And focused. And this is a really big one. This is a really big one. Because a lot of times as we kind of go through the candle years, we tend to get isolated, right? But this group was also more socially connected. And you can imagine how that plays into every other aspect of your life. So this is that stack that I'm talking about, right? Again, a product offering. I have been using this stack, oh gosh, now for the last, probably consistently the last 3 months. And it is incredible. We're going to dive into all of these, but I want you just to kind of get a visual on this. So we call this the BioAge Stat, and it addresses 5 longevity systems in your body. And it truly is kind of one of those, you know, for super affordable daily cost. It's something that really hits all of your major health areas in your life. And I love that it's all in one thing. And there's a lot of really simple systems that can be incorporated here. So we're going to dive into all of that as we get going, but I want to just give you a little pretty visual of it, because let's talk a little bit about the products that are in there. So I'm going to start with, let's talk about, again, let's go back to that aging. And everything in our body relies and is built on collagen, right? So if you think about it, we're born and we have a lot of collagen, and as we age, we start to lose it. So after 25, you're losing about 1% a year. So by age 40, and you guys can tell me where you are on this little scale, but by age 40, we've lost up to 15 to 20%. And this stat hurts my heart a little bit. By age 60, you guys, 70% of your collagen is gone, and your body isn't producing it naturally anymore, right? There are things that you can do to stimulate it. But that's kind of, I always say, like, I feel kind of like almost like the Grim Reaper sometimes coming in and talking about that, because it just all declines. And at the same time, your hyaluronic acid in your body is also declining. So I'm going to talk about a product that helps you with all of that. So Liquid Biocell, this is the $1 billion franchise. And I've been using this product for 9 years straight. And it is one, I have my whole entire family on it. My mom and my dad are on it. We call it the no competition collagen because it's so much more than just a collagen, and it has a true global following. Again, when we talk about that, US, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, everywhere. We just launched a blend called Life Plus in the US. It just launched in Australia and New Zealand literally weeks ago. And Canada had our version of the Life Plus just a little bit prior. So think about this as it has benefits for not only your hair, skin, and nails, which, you know, typically most collagens do, but your body and what, you know, the inside of your body. That's my friend Jeff on the outside there. And I actually love that picture. They just bought a farm and he's farming like crazy right now. And he's very grateful for that right side of the picture, his body. So I want to dive in. I'm going to give you a little bit of science, because this is truly one of those products where you have to understand what it is doing. Okay. So this product has been around. We're probably going on, 15 plus years in the actual market with development and patents and everything. We're at about 20. So think of this as a bioactive, bioidentical, multi-patented product, 7 patents on this, and it is a collagen matrix. So if you were to pull up a pie chart, and I have a bottle right here of it, if you were to pull up a pie chart of your own, connective tissue, you have that type 2 collagen, you have chondroitin sulfate, and you have the hyaluronic acid. So basically think of it as almost like a mirror of your own connective tissue. And that is why it works so well. That's one of the reasons why it works so well. So it's a single source matrix. Again, that type 2 collagen, chondroitin sulfate, hyaluronic acid, it inhibits the hyaluronidase, which think of that as like an aging enzyme. Like it basically inhibits the good stuff in your body, right? So hyaluronidase breaks down your natural hyaluronic acid, which helps plump and fill those lines. So it inhibits that. So I think of it as like stopping the aging enzyme. It also inhibits collagenase, which breaks down your collagen. So think of it again. Besides putting this good matrix in your body, you're also stopping those enzymes that are coming in and degrading the good stuff, right? It increases, this is my favorite stat, increases your hyaluronic acid by 6,000% at the 28-day mark. And that's the low end, you guys. It was 6,000 to 10,000%, which is incredible. Stimulates new collagen production. It is truly an amazing product, and it is something that I have had clients on who order month after month after month for 9 years straight. So that gives you a little bit more of, power of this amazing, amazing product. So new blends, Shaklee Life. And then I'm just going to touch, because I know we have Canadians on here. In Canada, because we have a different regulatory body, it actually says on our bottle, I'll just read it off for you. It helps to support immune function, maintain healthy skin, and relieves joint pain associated with osteoarthritis of the hip and the knee. So who all knows someone that could benefit from this product? Again, my whole family's on this. I have so many clients on this product. It is one of my favorite. So now that's like, think about that as like working on, the hair, skin, and nails on the inside, all your systems in your body, a really good functional, right, product. I want to touch on our skincare line and our wands. This is my dear friend, Cheryl. I've known Cheryl for the last 7 years. She actually owned a med spa, so has access to the most incredible skincare and products. And she's since retired. Now she's just enjoying being a grandma and using these great products. But look at her difference in her skin when she incorporated the only change in her body. She was always already using BioCell. The only change was adding the amazing youth skincare line and these peptide ones. So the youth skincare line, EWG certified, super clean, and it also is guaranteed to erase a decade off of your skin. Who's all in for that, right? Who's all in for that? So that is my dear friend Cheryl, and I love that before and after, because it truly, again, shows you just those products when those products have been added to her regimen. All right, I'm going to pass it over to my dear friend Andrea Gebhardt now, who's going to share a little bit more. Andrea.
Oh my gosh, that was so exciting. It's always so fun to see these pictures and these before and afters. If you saw any before and afters, or you heard about any benefits that you could personally benefit from, drop them in the comments so that the person who invited you here can make sure you get linked up to the products that are going to bring you the results. But I'm really excited to be here and share with you a little bit more about our newest innovation and really addressing those 5 longevity pathways, because longevity isn't just mainstream. Longevity is the main focus for so many of us right now. It's not that it's not that we can stop aging. We know that aging is inevitable, but what most people don't understand is that aging is also influenceable. And if I get to have a say in how well I age and how long I live well, I mean, our lifespan is our lifespan. We don't know what that looks like, but I'm focused more on my health span. How long can I live really well with the energy, with the mobility, with the independence? How many of us here are thinking to ourselves, like, my gosh, if I could live healthier and live better than maybe our predecessors, right? Our parents and our grandparents. How many of us want to live healthier than the people who came before us? We absolutely do. So longevity isn't just a conversation that some people are having. Longevity is a conversation that everyone is having. So let's talk about what kind of started the conversation for this newest innovation. So Vivix is one of our flagship products that is known globally, not only because it has 27 international patents, but because it's an incredible product that has incredible benefits that really came way before the conversation, a product that is clinically proven to slow aging at the cellular level. Now, again, aging doesn't just happen on the outside, it starts on the inside. Our cells start to age, and we visibly see when that starts to happen. We feel when that starts to happen. And so Vivix was designed to slow aging at the cellular level, really concentrating on the muscadine grape, which is the most potent polyphenol in the world. It is 13 times more powerful than resveratrol, reduces cellular damage and oxidative stress by 2/3, blunts the inflammation response in the body, which is huge because of so many environmental things, food things, stressful things. Our body is in a constant chronic state of stress, and that results in inflammation, and chronic inflammation for long periods of time results in chronic illness. And so what I love about this product is clinically proven to blunt the inflammatory response, which means a healthier body and health and cellular health overall for you. But and like, you can take a look at this picture. This is my good friend Michelle. You can see Michelle's aging showing up on her face, inflammation in her face, that puffy, round kind of, they call it a moon face. I don't really love that terminology, but it is what it is. 3 months on the Vivix product, and you can visibly see the inflammation left her body. You can see that cellular aging, not just slowing, but starting to kind of work its way in reverse. So the incredible innovators, our incredible visionary leader, Roger, and all of our incredible team, were like, how can we make this product next level? How can we take something that's already way ahead of its time and give it another edge that's really going to not just speak to, but lead the longevity conversation? Because here's what we recognize is that our cells are under trillions of attacks every single day. We are dealing with damage from all the air that we breathe, the foods that we ate, the lives that we live, and depletion. Why are we experiencing depletion? Because as we age, our bodies produce less and less NAD. NAD is what they call the longevity molecule. It is the molecule that allows your DNA to repair itself. So less NAD, less cellular repair, less ability to recover from damage. So we took that and we were like, well, let's not just have an incredible product that blunts inflammation and reduces oxidative stress, but let's infuse it with NAD and then a precursor to NAD called NMN, which allows your body to make more NAD. Oh, and then let's add a protective component to it called apigenin, which is going to help protect that NAD molecule. And what we presented and what came to be is now what we know as Vivix Plus. And I am telling you right now, you are hearing about this first, or maybe you're hearing about it after being in conversation with someone over the last week or two about this product. And just, if you're taking this, if you already started it, it's just been out for a couple of weeks now, drop into the comments and drop one benefit that you are noticed, one thing that has changed for you so far since you got started, because it truly is a revolutionary product, you guys. It increases your NAD levels by 70% in 24 hours. That is an increase in cellular repair by 70% in 24 hours. That is 70% less cellular damage in 24 hours. There is an immediate benefit to that, which is absolutely amazing and incredible, coupled with the already existing benefits of what Vivix does in terms of blunting inflammation. Absolutely phenomenal. And not only do we have that, right? So that's the spearhead. That's driving that longevity conversation. If you want to live younger longer, if you want to feel better longer, if you want to really help improve and influence your aging, Vivix is the core of where we start. But you saw that package that Jen talked about at the beginning, that bio-age reset. So here is our promise to you. Grab that bio-age reset, allow that new Vivix Plus to be that core part of your routine every single day. And what you're going to find is your biological age is going to reverse. It is clinically proven and also guaranteed. Reduce your biological age with this product. Just right here with the Vivix Plus, 8 years, but you bring it into that whole bio-age reset, 11 years. When we talk about that, it's not just like a vanity thing of like, ooh, my biological age is 11 years younger. That is your body operating from a younger state, a healthier state, which means you operating from that same place. So now we take that into, all right, we don't just want to talk about this in one sense, because aging and longevity is not one dimensional. There's actually 5 pathways that are responsible for determining how well you live. And you have the ability and the power to influence every single one of them. And this is where our Life Shake product comes into play. So you saw the bio-age reset system. We've got the Vivix Plus. Jen talked about the collagen and all the benefits. Now enters the Life Shake, which is more than just a protein shake. This is really a foundational nutritional beverage for longevity. It is non-inflammatory, contains no seed oils. It supports gut health. It has digestive enzymes to help your body break it all down and absorb it easier, which for anyone who typically struggles with protein, like tummy troubles and bloating, 0 of that happening. Boost your natural GLP-1 levels. It's powered by leucine, which helps increase that protein synthesis. And our protein, my biggest thing I like to talk about is that it is third-party tested for heavy metals. Our protein contains 0 lead. And there's not very many brands on the shelf out there who can state that. And it's a very powerful addition to your daily routine. So my good friend Allison here incorporated Life Shake into her routine, dropped 27 pounds, releasing inflammation, getting those 25 vitamins and minerals into her system, increasing that cardiometabolic pathway of longevity that's so incredibly important. And then you also saw at the bottom of the page there some vitamins that you have that you can take. We have our Life Essentials for all of our people in the US. We've got our Vitalizer for everybody out there in Canada. But 30 days of everything that you need to meet also those and fill those nutritional gaps that you have. I wish we could say that the foods that we have growing, right? And the foods that we have going on in our refrigerators and our pantries were of the most nutritious level that they have ever been, but we know that they're not. So we have to fill the gaps. And this contains not just a methylated bioactive multivitamin, but full spectrum omegas, which is really incredible, especially for all the ladies, because when our hormones start to change, our heart health can be compromised, and omegas are protective, and we want to make sure we're getting those. Triple magnesium, a precision probiotic, and a brain performance supplement that is phenomenal, all of which address every single longevity pathway. So now you can see why all of these collections together work to tackle those 5 longevity pathways and really allow you to support your biology in a way that's going to help you reduce that biological age. So now that we've kind of talked about reversing your biological age, let's talk about increasing the potentials and possibilities, not just with this product line, but really with the opportunity that we have at hand here. So Jen, why don't you walk everybody through some of our partnership benefits?
I love it. Okay, you guys, this is like my favorite part of it. So think about, when we kind of covered all of these products, let me know, like, can you see yourself, number one, using the products? Because that was the biggest thing for me when I started looking at partnering. I was like, am I going to use them? Yes. And I will say, I use this and then a lot more once you actually get fully in the I don't know, in the vortex. I'm not sure what I would call it, but the health vortex, you just want to use it all. And so besides using the really great products, you're going to be talking about, you're going to be sharing it. So let's talk a little bit about what that can look like for you financially. So not only do you get high level leadership development, coaching, mentoring, training, there's no cap on your income here. You can earn as little or as much as you want. And I love it because truly this is a business where what you put in, you can get back out. So, some people decide that they want to just start and pay for their products. And so great, they're able to do that. Some people decide that they want to maybe make an extra $500 a month so that it helps pay for date night or kids' sports or university. You can do that here. Some people like yourself, myself and Andrea, we both were single moms, both had a lot of costs on our shoulders. And we were able to actually utilize this as a vehicle to finance our lives. So I love that it truly is a good fit for everyone. You own an asset. You can actually will this to your children. You can, sell it if you needed to. And everything you learn here, I will say, we are the most skilled people in this space for learning new things. So you learn things on social media, you learn how, fancy things like this work, but all of that is taught. And, every skill that you learn here can be incorporated into the rest of your life. So let's talk money, money, money. We make 30% on all new customer purchases, always. So a new customer decides they want to purchase with you, they spend $100, you make 30, someone can do public math, 30% in the chat for me. And then you can earn from up to 40% on reoccurring orders. So once someone comes in, they're a new customer for the first 30 days. And then after that, you can actually earn up to 40%. You earn free products every single month. We are paid bonuses. So we get a $50 bonus for every $500 in sales that we do. And we've actually got this really great thing where we're also paid back a percentage of our own purchases based on what you sell. So that's something that's really cool and very unique to this, because it actually is great, because then every time I'm filling that cart and shopping for myself, I'm like, oh, I actually make a little bit back on this, which is exciting. We have bonuses, we have trips, we have rewards. So I wanted to show this visual because I feel it's very powerful. So a lot of times when people get started, I just basically say, what would make a difference in your family pocket? What is it for you, And if it's $500 a month, you can look right here on the chart and basically see, what you would need to sell. And this is just truly, selling with, an affiliate link, talking on social media. Maybe you set up a little pop-up in your kitchen, you have coffee dates. But every time you sell something using your link, you make a commission. Again, it's 30% on new, up to 40 reoccurring revenue. But I want to just get you to focus down here, because I will say that one thing that's a strength on our team is we know how to teach people how to be great in sales without feeling salesy, because that's very key. And so, at that 10,000 in sales every single month, you're making $4,000. And, we have probably 30, 40 plus people every month that are doing that over and over again. So you can see how that can be a substantial income for you. Now we have this really great thing called the Director Accelerator Bonus. Imagine coming in, hitting your first great level, and you can get a $500 shopping spree to Apple Aura or Aloe, and it's $600 in Canada. So this is a bonus. We are having a lot of people who are hitting it, and I want to bring on my friend Pam to start with first. So Pam, if you want to unmute, she lives in a town in Saskatchewan, so another Canadian up here. Pam, I'd love you to share what attracted you to partner with this brand and what you love.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I am one of those people who have a lot of candles on their cake, and I got 60 plus candles. So why Shaklee? Oh my gosh, you guys, 70 years. They've been around for 70 years. Like, you talk about stability, and the hero products, like you just heard about the BioCell, you heard about the Vivix, which just got a serious upgrade to Vivix Plus, right? I have a 7-year-old grandson and a 7-month-old grandson, and I want to, when you said longevity, that word really with Shaklee grabbed my attention, because I want to be a Jama who doesn't sit in her rocking chair. Okay, I am out there. I'm on the trampoline. I'm running. I'm playing soccer. I'm playing ball. I'm playing stick hockey downstairs, and carrying a little baby around. That's heavy, right? I want to be able to do that. I want to be present, right, for them. But I would also have to say to you guys, the community, when you mentioned community, that is such a big part for women, and I'm sure it is for men too. And yeah, that's a bonus thing that you said was in that study. But I'm here for the community, and because I can kind of get a little bit lonely sometimes, and it's easy to kind of withdraw. So I was welcomed here with open arms, you guys. It was so heartwarming. They helped me set up a grand opening. So I invited all my friends, and I still work full time. I work, I'm 40 years with our provincial government with social services, but they make it easy for me, because everything's in boards. I can go grab pictures. I can grab information. Everything is right there for me. Their website, oh my gosh, you go on their website, is so easy to navigate. So I have customers who are going to set up their own account, and they're not saying, Pam, I'm lost. What do I do? It is so easy to navigate. I can go in there and I can make a little shopping cart, and I can send them a shopping cart, and they can just check out. Like the systems make it so easy to be able to share. But yeah, you just have to show up. You just have to share. And my thing is, there's a lot of people out there who struggle, and I like the simple, easy language, like the way that Andrea and Jen kind of talked about the hero products. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Let people know what these products can actually do for them. And you're talking about the leucine in the protein. I had no idea about leucine, but now it's holy shoot size. You guys need leucine in your protein powder. So I let them know why they need that. So you can educate, and there's so many trainings and educations, and like I said, you just go to boards. But again, the community here. Wow. Like I said, I'm just so honored. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next, I'm going to bring on my friend Barbara, you guys. Barbara also earned her Director Accelerator. So Barbara's from Dallas, Texas. Can you share a little bit about your experience and how did it feel earning this as well? Because, I think that it's pretty exciting that you get to go spend $500.
Well, hi. Thank you. I just have to tell you that they're not kidding about the director bonus. So I have to admit, I am a total newbie. I was able to earn the director bonus in my first 30 days, which, I was as surprised as everybody else. Totally came as a shock to me. And those 3 options that we had, I, of course, chose the Aloe because I've been a yoga teacher for 25 years, and it just fit perfectly in my lifestyle. So that was just so darn exciting. I can't even tell you. I actually, like I said, am brand new. I was running a clinic with my husband, running it for many years. And then tragically, he was taken from us just like unexpectedly, suddenly. And so I'm left basically in a state of panic, right? Like I've got a mountain of debt. The business is closed. What am I going to do? So after being in a tight ball for a little bit in a dark room, I came back out. So I looked at a number of different things, and I did look at some other community networking, and I just kind of shied away from them. They just didn't feel like they fit. And then these two just amazing women that I highly respect introduced me to Shaklee. And I just started with 22 years of running my husband's clinic. I'm kind of in that whole medical supplement, functional medicine wheelhouse. And what totally blew me away was the clinical studies and the backing of the products. Like, I mean, I've been supplying a clinic for 20 years, right? So ask the questions, did the things, but I've not seen, and I'm not exaggerating, I've not seen something like this before with the clinical studies, the backing, the science. I love that the chemist that actually created the Vivix Plus, she like talked to us, right? And she told us like why she created this. And then the Life Plus chemist, she's a rock star. And knowing that she'd been like in collagen for all of these years, and it was just like her passion to create something that's like nothing else, I'm blown away. Again, I'm very new, so I'm still like getting my feet wet, but I'm so excited. I've got excitement like I haven't had before. It's kind of brought me back to life after all that other stuff. And I'm so excited. And I agree with Pam, the community. Like I've had all the corporate jobs and all that other stuff, right? And just like Pam just said, I'm not a young chicken. I'm not going to admit the candles on my cake. I get another one next week. So nobody gets, no, I'm not going to say that, but the community and the support. Have never, ever in all my years in business been supported like I have been here. It is, I mean, everybody wants to support you. They want to see you win. Sometimes, they kick you in the rear to get you going again. It's super incredible. And I would just say, just jump in. Don't, I mean, if you got a couple questions, ask, but just get going and jump in and go. I really feel like this has the potential to replace that entire business that I lost when I lost my husband. So I am thrilled. So I'm excited. I'm very, very excited about this company. Thank you.
Thanks, Barbara. All right. Wow. So you guys, besides these amazing, that is our first, the first kind of tier of a great reward. So you can shop at one of those shops. We have quarterly incentives. Right now it's this really super cute retro bag, but we've done Ninja Creamies. We've done Hume scales. We've done cashmere sweaters, you name it. We've done some really cool things. We have a trip. So these two ladies actually are in the running right now for the Cancun trip. So again, someone that's brand new, 30 days in, 60 days in, you can be in qualification for a trip. We got these amazing rank up bonuses over here, like up to $92,000 in bonuses and all sorts of other things. But I want to now bring on my dear friend. So 18 months ago, this is why we are here today, and we're going to bring Roger on, and he has a message for you all, and then he's going to pass it back to Andrea, and she'll let you know how you can get started. So
everybody, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my excitement for the future of the wellness industry and why I think together we have the opportunity to win the longevity space. So first, the wellness sector is going to grow by projected to grow by $3 trillion, which is an enormous amount of money. And longevity is the fastest growing segment within that space. And the reason is that everyone today wants to look, feel, and live younger, longer. And it used to be that longevity was sort of the language of people in their middle age or older people, but now it's everybody. It starts in their 20s. People want to feel and operate differently, and they want to take control of their health because only 50% of what you and how you will age is determined by your genetics. So the other 50% is in our control. And what we want to do, we are on a mission to empower people to take control of how they age so that they can operate at peak functionality at every age. And that's an exciting thing. We just launched a set of products called our BioAge Reset Stack. And it's the only product package that I'm aware of in the world where it is people who took it have clinically proven lower biological age of 11 years. And when I go out to dinner conversation or lunch or any kind of gathering and people ask me, what do I do? And I say, well, I'm the chairman of Shaklee, and Dr. Shaklee invented the multivitamin 115 years ago, and we pioneered the nutritional supplement industry, and we have the most long-term, short-term, and medium-term clinical proof that our products lower your biological age. People immediately start asking questions. And so the engagement level is fantastic. You do not have to create the demand for the set of products. You just have to get people to experience them. And when they experience Shaklee products, they see and feel a difference. And that is why we have some of the most amazing retention rates of any product in the consumer product industry. 22% of our sales in the United States, so nearly a quarter of our sales, come from people who've been customers for 30 or more years. And if you just stop for a minute as a consumer and think about how and whether you are loyal to any brand for 30 years, it's incredibly rare. And then in our business model, we reward you for the lifetime value of a customer. It's very unique. We call it fairly sharing with the value that you create. So if you introduce us to a customer, and they're like nearly a quarter of our existing customers in the United States, that when they order this month or next month or this year or next year or this decade or next decade or for 3 decades or more, every time we thank you in the form of a commission because you're the one that introduced us to that customer. Now, let me talk to you again why I think we can win. 2 things. One, I think the consumer has shifted from just responding to marketing hype to valuing deeply clinical proof. And now we've spent more than $500 million on research and development and clinical studies to create a body of patented, protected, clinically proven products that lower biological age. And so people feel that difference. That's number one. Number two, again, it's lowered and expanded the market size for what people are interested in looking, feel, and living younger, longer. It's for everybody at every age. And the third component is that to go on a wellness journey and get a better health outcome, it's a team sport. I think it's so hard to do it on your own. And the community component of what we offer people, I think, is really our secret sauce. So in order to get a better health outcome, you need information. So our scientists are incredible about providing clinically validated, real, substantive, proven information that's actionable. Then you have our clinical proven products. And then we have this incredible Shaklee community of people who support, encourage, and celebrate people along their journey. And as a result of that, I believe we have an opportunity to win the wellness space. So this is our 70th year in business. And we enter our 70th year with tremendous growth. We had 200,000 new people join Shaklee in the last year. In the last year, we also became the fastest growing company of our size and tenure in our channel in North America. And we are just beginning. So we'd love to invite you to join us, to be part of our Shaklee family, which is what we call it, to help people look, feel, and live younger, longer so that they can live age-free and build this movement together. Thank you so much.
I'm over here just like cheesing, like, it's so good. You guys give Roger a little bit of love there in the chat. Thank you, Roger, for taking the time to be here with all of our people and just talk about the vision. And I don't know if you guys heard what he said, but he said that the longevity wellness space is going to grow by, was it $3 trillion? That's, I mean, that's quite a significant jump. And it's not every day that we have an opportunity to participate in a market that's growing with products that are leading the conversation, with proven science that's not just an idea or a theory of how something could work, but with the clinical backing of why it works, and then seeing people in real time experience those benefits. And so, you know, if you're here tonight and you're learning about this for the first time, or maybe this is your second or third look, taking a look at this and seeing just like the quality of the products and how they can enhance your health, and then hearing about the business opportunity. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like everybody's in a position where, gosh, if I was just making a little bit more money, if we just had a little bit more income, or you're looking ahead, oh my gosh, we have kids going to college. We have kids who are going to be driving soon. We have a life that we're going to want to live. We all think about the life ahead of us that we want to be able to live. And part of our brain thinks about how we want to feel while we're living it. The other part of us really has to start thinking about the possibility of what it could look like. To know that we're partnering with a company with the history and the heritage of Shaklee, with the front edge, leading the trend, starting conversations in the longevity wellness space, with the products that we have, with the science backing, the business proof, it would be silly not to link arms in one way or another. You can turn your health around, or you could turn your life around, or you could do both at the exact same time. We have several enrollment collections for you to do that with. So if you're excited about the BioCell and the Vivix, you can get started with our cellular reset, and 60 days guaranteed to reverse your biological age by 8 years with this collection, which is huge. We've got our Ready, Set, Glow. If those peptide wands captured your attention, let me just tell you, they're my favorite thing to put on my face every single day. Then we have our Ready, Set, Go collection with the Life Plus, the Vivix Plus, and the peptide wands. And if you're like, you know what, I want to go all in on what I can absolutely do for my health. I mean, gosh, if I'm gonna get an option, what do I want to choose? Do I want to be 8 years younger biologically or 11 years younger biologically? Pretty sure I'm going to go with 11. So let me grab that BioAge Reset stack. Now, here's the thing. Here's why the business makes sense. And let me tell you, this comes with your business starter kit. You're going to get free priority shipping, and all of the perks of the business that we talked about. And you immediately have a link that is customized to you that you can turn around and share with people, because here's what I know. Every single person taking that Vivix Plus product is noticing. They're noticing that they're sleeping better. They're noticing that they're feeling better. They're noticing that they're more alert and awake, and they have more mental clarity. They're noticing a bigger sense of well-being and balance. People are feeling the benefits right away with this product. You're going to feel it, and you're not going to be able to help but start talking about it. You've been complaining to your friends about not sleeping, not having the energy, struggling with brain fog, feeling not like yourself because of whatever age and stage in life you're in. And you're going to come back to better sleep, better energy, better focus, better version of yourself. And you're going to be talking. People are going to notice, and you're going to want to have a link in hand to share with them exactly what you've been doing. You guys do not sleep on the opportunity to not just be a part of the Shaklee family and everything that we're doing on the business side, but to be at the forefront of helping create real impact by helping people live healthier lives and have better health outcomes. So with that, get back with the person who invited you here, who shared this information with you, so that you can customize your launch, you can get started. We have all the supports, the tools, the resources, everything that you need to get your business going. And we'll be excited to celebrate you with that Director Accelerator bonus and so much more. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.